Today I am out on our R7 and I'm headed up Mt Mee to do some practice actually. Now technically this is Scotty's bike, but I do a lot more kilometers on it because he's a car guy and doesn't love riding. But also it serves a couple of purposes for me. Number one is it saves kilometers building up too quickly on my Super Sport, which is now approaching 60,000 kilometers on the odometer. And because the R7's geometry is a little bit more sporty than the Super Sport, it's a little closer to my track bike, the 848 Evo, it's actually a good little bike to do some practice on the street. Now, I don't mean high-speed practice, I mean technique practice, and that's why I'm headed up Mt Mee today. So I've been working a bit on body position lately at the track and making slow progress. Each time I make a bit of progress, I realise there's another factor I need to consider and work on. Geez, those potholes were bad. So I have managed to get, half my bum, a full bum cheek off the bike, and to keep my feet higher on the pegs. Also have my bum sitting back a little bit further. And those things were making a good difference actually. But today, I want to practice one more thing, which I can tell from the photographs of the track days, that my arm, my inside arm, the inside arm to the corner, is not relaxed enough and I'm not dropping my elbow very much at all. I think that's partly to do with how much I'm hanging on or sort of hooking in with my outside leg. Maybe trusting how well I'm doing that, I'm not really sure, but that's what I'll figure out today, I hope. This side of Mt Mee, the Dayboro side, is rough. It really is. There's always new potholes like that one there. And of all the people that I ride with, no one likes it. No one likes it, but I find it so much fun. I think I enjoy the challenge of finding the smooth best line through the corners, and I also enjoy the the challenge of being very ready for any new potholes or any new bumps and being able to respond to them without really interrupting or unsettling the bike at all. Anyway, I find it a good stretch of road for the kinds of corners that it has, and good for practicing body position. So yeah, I'll just warm up on a few little corners and then start thinking about what I'm doing with my inside arm. So just approaching the first set of little curves that I think will be good to check on, and I hope this Insta360 does a good job of capturing the position of my arms. So that's really trying to let my elbow relax right into the corner. Bicyclist right up the center of the lane. Relaxed. I'm not dragging my knee yet at the track. And there's probably a few good reasons for that, but in all honesty, as much as my ego would like to do that, and I think I will eventually, it's not really that important. What I'm trying to do is play more with that dynamic that body position has with speed and lean angle. So because I've scrubbed my boot toe on the track but not my knee, that tells me there's something wrong with my body position. See how rough this is? It's bucking me off the seat. I don't want to think about getting faster around the corners, because it just means I'll need more lean angle if my body position stays doing what it's doing. So I think better body position is going to be essential if I want to go faster through the corners safely. Oh, off the seat. I guess the other good thing about a road this rough is it really makes you think about using your legs as suspension, or some of the suspension. And that keeps my bum light on the seat too, which means I can switch back and forth, side to side I mean, a bit more fluidly. So getting a bit close to this car now. Now, because body position I think really does just play around with the relationship between speed and lean angle, I don't really need to be going fast to do this practice, because, maybe not this slow, but because it just means that the bike has less lean angle the more I'm kind of hanging off. As long as it's not so slow that I'm leaning the bike to the outside of the corner to be able to get my body off, that just wouldn't be right. So that's one pass done. Going to do a U-turn up here somewhere and go back down. So a good clue that I'm really not relaxing my inside arm is that I look twisted on the bike, like my upper body will look like it's pointing toward the outside of the turn rather than into the turn. So this is all the stuff I'm looking for on the camera, because I don't really have anyone to look at it for me and say to me, oh, you're doing this wrong, you've got to do more of that. I gotta say, it's when you're kind of trying to think of just parts of it, it feels quite Gumby and awkward. My right arm's harder to relax, I'm finding. It's on the throttle, maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe I'm not hooking in well enough with my left leg. My quads are starting to burn. Not as much as they used to, like I'm doing more of this, so I think there's a bit of conditioning happening, which is good. Right elbow feels a bit more relaxed then. One thing that's kind of helping me mentally is to think about my outside knee hooking in as a relationship to my inside elbow relaxing. I think at this point they feel like the two most important bits of information. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing, right? Like, I'm just learning this stuff from books and courses and YouTube videos and playing around with it. That's it. Repetition's key with this stuff for me, partly because I'm just getting older and my body's not quite conditioned for it. And it takes a while to build up. But also, I don't find this particularly easy. I mean, just riding a motorcycle around the streets become fairly easy, but on the track, it's still quite a challenge. And now that I have the lap timer and I want to get my times down, the challenge is even more important to me, I guess. In a fun way. All of this is fun. So that means another up and back. We'll see if my quads can handle that. Round 2. I think I'm noticing that my head's getting down lower. I don't know if that is good or not. I can't tell what it looks like. But I do sometimes think in the photos from track days that my upper body still looks a bit too high. So maybe it is a good thing. I feel my heart rate coming up just a little. Time to turn around. And one more descent. So yeah, I think definitely that thinking of my outside knee in the tank hooking in and my inside elbow softening, that those two things work really well. And just one more thing then was just a little bit of gentle core activation, like just that feeling of softly pulling your belly button toward your spine. That seemed to help too. Breathing just a little bit and sweating just a little bit too. Of course, this is going to feel different on the 848 with all that, well, twice as much power as this bike has. He's putting over for me, that was nice of him. And it's partly why I think the repetition really matters with practicing stuff like this, even if you're not doing it only on the track, is that you're kind of building muscle memory. So you're not having to concentrate on getting everything dialed in every single time. A lot of it starts happening just automatically. Like, I'm noticing that getting a full cheek off is happening almost automatically, and pushing my bum back a little further in the seat's happening a bit more automatically too. Yeah, I think my legs will be really happy just with those two up and downs, and no more. If that looked like I was close to that car and trailer, I actually wasn't. I think sometimes I notice that on other people's videos, that they look like they're really close to the center line or really close to a oncoming vehicle, but I think it's just the camera doing that, having that effect, because there was plenty of space actually. Well, for someone at my level, barely intermediate I guess you could say, this kind of street practice still has, I think, a lot of value, like for the muscle memory, for breaking something down like cornering into a bunch of different techniques and being able to work on each one without the pressure of high speed and in my case without the pressure of a lot of power. This little R7 is just perfect for this kind of practice. So today I knew I wanted to work on relaxing my elbows a bit. I definitely feel like I was. Like, by no means am I nailing this yet, but I definitely feel I can, more conscious of being able to move my elbow and relax it down toward the ground in the corners, with that focus on my outside knee hooking in, and now also my belly button being pulled to my spine just a little bit. Not overworking it, but just activating it, I guess. So yeah, I love practicing. I'm practicing something, even if a little thing, on almost every ride, just about every ride. And I reckon it makes a difference over time. You start realizing, hey, those corners are feeling so easy now. I'm not even thinking about them, and they're flowing. So that's kind of my approach. Slow and steady wins the race. So I'll keep practicing this on the street until my next track day, and hopefully we'll be able to see the improvement in photos at the very least. In the video with this new Insta360 I might be able to capture it better on the 848 as well, and also in lap times maybe as well. I hope your 2025 is starting off great. Mine is so far, which is awesome. Catch you soon.